What's up? 1973 Shovelhead Survivor Chopper, fresh off the spoon. We picked this up. I'm gonna call it a barn find, but it was actually in a garage. But we're gonna keep this thing as original as possible, and we'll take you through the adventure. So let's take a look at the bike. We've been doing this, I've been doing it probably about 30 years, and when I find a bike like this, my key thing is I always want to find a story. And the story on this one is, it was a really nice gentleman. His name was Ed. And unfortunately, Ed passed away, not from motorcycle related stuff, from other things. And we met his daughters. They're wonderful people. And what we want to do with this bike is not a full restoration. We want to keep it period correct. We want to just get it running. We want to leave it how Ed had it. So it's all about getting it moving, getting it running, and getting this thing where he had it last. That's where we are. So we kind of have to play detective on this one, because who knows? I mean, this is, John is, and he'll tell you, John will tell you, this is exactly how we got it. We got these 2 boxes of parts, as you can see, and you know, we got pistons, we got clutch parts, we got primary parts, we got, I mean, who knows what was going on. And if you take a look at this, obviously he was in the middle of working on it. We got a carb half apart, we got wiring that needs to be done, we got an ignition that's in pieces. So we have to play detective. So we are like Sherlock Holmes, and we've been doing this probably for the past, we've been buying bikes, unfortunately, when people pass away for the past 5 years. This is probably about our 10th bike where we buy it when someone passes away. And we have to kind of figure out what they were working on. The bikes are half finished, what went wrong. And a lot of times we run into the same issues they did, and we find out later that, oh, that's why they were building the motor, or that's why it was half apart. So we're going to be a detective on this one and try to figure things out. But the first thing we like to do on these older bikes is figure out what is it, what it was. So the title says 1973 Harley, and if we come in here, let's take a look at the numbers. The engine numbers, let's see, we got a 2C and an H3. Okay, so H3. So H3, that means 1973, so we're looking good. The title's right. And 2C is going to mean an FX 1200. So that's good. We got a Shovelhead's going to be a 1200cc, which is what obviously what we hope for. Not an FXC, not an electric start. It's going to be kick only 1973. And if we come in here, the frame still has these numbers on it. So, and then the questions are, is what what is this frame? You know, was it a Harley frame that someone chopped? Did they add a rigid kit to it? Was it a rigid frame? We don't know. But what we know is the numbers match the motor and the frame. So we love that. That's what we want to do. So again, we're not going to do a full restoration on this thing. We want to just keep it as it is. We want to get it rolling and running. And we want to preserve that fantastic originality that this thing has. And again, we want to do it because you only find a survivor once, and it's only original once, but we also want to do it for Ed. We want to kind of do it for the person who had this bike, kind of respect him, respect his family. So let's take a look at it. Let's walk around a little more. I love this seat. Beautiful, crazy, crazy fender. Take a look at that fender, Johnny. I don't know what that is. Is that a heart in the back?
Yeah, I just noticed that.
Yeah, and these crazy little paintings. We got this little,
It's a fly.
Fly. And then this ridiculousness right here, which was painted on top. I love this guy. It looks like the Keep On Truckin' guy. I love that guy right there.
Yeah. There's paintings all over
this,
the bike.
though, feels like it's on top of the paint, where these are clear coated in. So this feels like, I don't know what this woman would be called. What are we going to call her?
Medusa.
Medusa. Snake-fingered skull head, disgusting.
Yeah, her hands turn into snakes.
But I love the tank, you know, Frisco style, high rise. I love it on this crazy plate. These are really weird. This was something that, there was a company out of Santa Cruz that was making fiberglass tanks for years. This is not a fiberglass tank though. This feels like it's metal, but mounted high, Frisco style on the plate. That's very much a Santa Cruz. There was a company out of Santa Cruz making the fiberglass tanks in the 70s, and that's not it, but it looks the same idea. We got a belt primary, but we got the cover there, so we got the 3-fingered clutch. We're gonna have to figure out why is that apart? Why, you know, what's the problem there? It doesn't look like it was all together. We got this beautiful situation here. Check this out. You ready? This is a recipe for disaster, guys. Here you go. How'd you like to go into a tight turn like that? This is
That's like
what do you call that?
A sponge, basically.
Sponge? Yeah, this is called the sponge sup. Not healthy again. Here's Mr. Hogg. We like him. This dude looks pretty cool. We're going to keep that. We're going to keep everything we can get. So we're going to get in here and check this out. Look at that. So this is all we're going to do. I mean, look at that.
That's pretty good.
That's not bad. we can get this thing shine. Now listen, here's the thing we're gonna do. We're not gonna paint anything. We're not gonna replate anything. We're not gonna refinish anything. I'm just gonna clean off this disgust.
Oh my god. Wait, look at this.
Yeah, look at this.
Look at the brush.
I'm gonna clean off this disgust, get this thing rolling, and it is gonna be beautiful. Because remember, it's only original once. It's only original one time. You know, you cannot go back. Originality is key. Period correct is key. Now, here's another issue we ran into. When we loaded it up and we compressed the forks down, we had no compression. So, we're not exactly sure what the hell's in here. So it feels like...
Pretty sure there's nothing in there.
It feels like the forks are almost rigid. Now, why that would be, I have no idea. Why anyone would make rigid forks. But look at that. 2 seconds and it's already polishing up. So all we're going to do is polish it, clean it, get it running. Obviously, check out this. I mean, that is bad. And amazingly, still holds air. I mean, how the hell it holds air, I have no idea. But that's not safe. So we're going to fix that. We're going to get it running. We're going to get it moving. This is an amazing 2-into-1 shovel pipe, and these things are rare as hell. Now, I don't know if this is an original Harley one, but we love it.
I don't like the turnout.
Oh, the turnout. But
you know, I want to chop that so bad. I want to chop it so badly.
So this is my son. Johnny loves to chop everything. Okay. All right. So, AKA Boy Wonder loves to chop and cut everything down. Some people love him. I absolutely hate him. I want things to be straight always. But with this mounting system, we're not going to be able to chop it, unfortunately, if you look at it. We got this weird little box right here. I have no idea what this is. I assume the battery's in here. And it seems to have a... Is that a key? Looks like there's a key.
Oh.
So we don't have a key. Maybe that's electrics in here. Let's see if we can... Does it kick through? Yeah.
Well,
no clutch.
Well,
no clutch
it kicks
plates.
through because... Yeah, I don't think that's doing that.
No clutch plates. I love the way this thing sits. Now I'm about, what, 5'11" on a good day? Look at this thing. The way it fits is perfect. Bay Area style, real narrow bike. I absolutely love the way this thing sits. I'd love to take it down to Born Free. Either that or we get this thing running and riding and we take it to Meekum. All right, so here's our goal. This is what we're doing. Get this bike running, get it riding, keep it original, keep it where we want. Let's go into the garage. Can we go into the garage a little bit? This is our tiny, crappy, little shitty garage that we build beautiful bikes out of. Okay. This thing right here, 1994 Softail. We're going to build this thing also into a 1950s style, how would you describe it?
It's a knuckle.
Yeah, speedball era knuckle, fully rebuild it, low mile, it's a low mile bike. I bought it off a guy, he was some heart surgeon from San Francisco, had this bike stored in a barn up in the mountains around where we live. I pulled it out. If you come around here. This is typically how we get bikes. This is typically what our bikes look like when we get them. I mean, coated in dust. Look at this thing. But all original, nice. We'll pull the motor, we'll clean the frame, we'll rebuild the motor, change the front end, tank, fenders, wheels, everything. I'm thinking white walls, I'm thinking black and red, I'm thinking it's gonna look like an old knucklehead, a black and red knucklehead. We'll take that one to Meekum. We'll take the chopper to Meekum. We'll take this giant 1970s original AMF frame. Now remember, like I said, this thing's 6 feet tall, okay, because it's taller than I am. This is a bike Johnny just finished,
74 CB7
74 CB, yeah, beautiful cafe racer. He just finished that one. That probably will not go. We'll probably sell that one before, or that's our goal. So let's go back to this bike over here.
It won't do anything.
No.
There's no clutch.
Oh, no clutch. What am I thinking? What else you got to say? What do you think, buddy?
I think this thing's going to be fun. It's going to be easy for us because it's just cleaning, polishing.
Yeah, but I don't want to redo much to it. I want it to have that original flavor. You know?
Yeah. It is so 70s. It is so easy rider. It's unbelievable. All right. You want to get it in?